Hey guys, it's Danny here from Disrupt Tutoring, and as always, it is a pleasure to join you. In this video, we're going to do a question from the November 2019 Grade 12 Physical Sciences Paper 2. This question deals with a reaction represented by this balanced chemical equation. Aluminium reacts with sodium hydroxide to produce sodium aluminate and hydrogen gas. Questions 2.1 to 2.3 are dealt with in a separate video, and the answers are not relevant to the ones dealt with here. So question 2.4.1 asks us to define an exothermic reaction. An exothermic reaction is one in which energy is released or given off, and it can also be described as a reaction in which chemical potential energy is changed into thermal energy. So that is the definition that they're looking for. Okay, then question 2.4.2 asks us to describe why this reaction is exothermic by referring to the energies absorbed and released. For this reaction, we're told that the change in enthalpy is negative. So the change in enthalpy is the amount of heat that is either absorbed or released during a reaction, and it is equal to the energy absorbed minus the energy released. So the energy absorbed by the reactants minus the energy released by the products. So if this energy released is greater than the energy absorbed, that means that our change in enthalpy will be negative, and that is an exothermic reaction. Okay. So the next question, 2.5, asks us to state one condition for an effective collision other than the correct orientation of the reacting particles. So according to collision theory, reactions take place due to the collision of particles, and if the particles are correctly oriented, the only other condition required is that the kinetic energy of the particles must exceed the activation energy required for this reaction to take place. So the answer is that the kinetic energy of the particles must be greater than the activation energy of the reaction. Okay, so question 2.5.2 asks us to use collision theory to explain the effect of using a less concentrated sodium hydroxide solution on the rate of this reaction. So the sodium hydroxide solution contains both sodium hydroxide particles and water molecules. The only collisions that lead to a reaction taking place are the successful collisions between the sodium hydroxide and the aluminium. If a less concentrated sodium hydroxide solution is used, there will be fewer particles of sodium hydroxide per unit volume of water. That means that there will be fewer collisions, fewer successful collisions, and the rate of the reaction will decrease. Okay, so lastly, question 2.6 asks about the effect that a change in pressure at constant temperature will have on the rate of the reaction. So if we look at our reactants, we will see that they are in the form of a solid and an aqueous solution. An increase in pressure does not change the concentration of the reactants, since liquids and solids are incompressible. If the temperature remains constant and there is no change in concentration of the reactants, the reaction rate will remain the same with an increase in pressure. Before I go, I'd like to say a very special thank you to our epic sponsor for making this video possible. Read all about them in the description below. Be sure to visit our website for more of these epic tutorial videos. If you can't find the answer to your question, you can send us the question and we'll respond with a personalized video just for you. Until next time, stay epic.